Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend, and I'm here today with a surprise creation design team share. This is the release of their new December dies. Right, so I'm going to go straight in and I'm going to do the biggest ones first with all the measurements. So this is the Hexagon set, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You get 12 dies in this set. This is perfect for shakers, for easel cards, for any kind of card, even folding in half so that you've got some great shaped pages within a journal or a planner book. And I'm going to measure the biggest one, and you do need large cutting plates or a large opening on your machine to be able to use these, and that is just shy of 8 inches on the largest one. So that is the Hexagon set. Now I've got loads of stuff in plastic bags, and I have used this one, but this one is still wrapped, and this is the octagon set. And I think you get 12 dies. I'll count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 12 dies. And the measurements on this to fit through the opening of your machine again is 7¼ inches. So these are fabulous size dies for people who like scrapbooking, making larger format cards, or creating things that you can put into a frame. These are absolutely perfect. My next set is a set of polygons, and I think they must have been listening to me when they designed these, because I love in-out stitch frames which leave a stitched edge on the aperture, as well as what pops out having a stitched edge too. And you also, let's get in nice and close, you get cross stitch, you get double stitch, and you also get a wavy stitch. So those are going to create really beautiful frames, and those ones are square, so that you can then sit them back outside onto one of those larger polygons, or maybe not. You can just do a shaker tag. You can do whatever you want to do. That's the beauty of dies, isn't it? It's your own creativity. And the measurements on that are 7¼ inches. Let's get this correct. And 7¼ inches. But I just absolutely love these. These are absolutely gorgeous. And there is another set, and you can buy these at discount if you get both sets. So I am going to put that link below, obviously. But look at that. You're getting a wavy stitch polygon, a double stitch, a cross stitch, and a double stitch again. These are absolutely beautiful. And if I lay them down here, you can see where I'm going to go with this, because once again, fold them in half for unusual shape planner pages, scrapbook layouts, and cards. But if you put that in your guillotine and you take that edge off and then you fold it up, you've got an envelope. Yes, you have. So let's measure that one. Opening in your machine to take that one needs to be at least 8¼ inches, even though it's just over 8 inches as a die. So, you know, you can buy them and use the smaller ones, but obviously to get your full benefit you want to use the big ones. And wide there is 6¾ inches. I absolutely love this, and at the end of the week I'm going to be using both of these sets to create a mini book, so make sure you look out for that one. Right, next up is this gorgeous circle set with its speak English with its geometric inner pieces, and it's called a patchwork die. But when I put that down and you look at that from a distance, that is just pure Mondrian, who is an artist who created using geometric shapes and black borders. If you're somebody who enjoys using a jelly plate, then layering things up, that is going to look absolutely fantastic as a one-off piece of art in a frame. as a scrapbook, it's going to be fabulous. And also, as just use it as a circle die, and you don't have to use all of the inner pieces. You can just use sections, and you can have your little critters hanging out or something like that. So it can also be cutesy as well as very, very artsy. I think this is absolutely gorgeous, and so I am going to be using this one next week. So aperture size in your machine has got to be 7 inches to take this set. I just think that is absolutely wonderful. And then we get to this one, which is a very sort of abstract layering frame, and I'm trying to count the pieces, which is why I took that one off. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, make sure I get that right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces in that set. And that's really pretty. I mean, this lends itself to using lots of flowers, lots of glitter, and lots of foil. I really like that. It's a very, very strong design. And then talking about strong designs, we have another one which has a butterfly. And this is also a lovely one. You can cut these sections apart and then, of course, layer up all your flowers again, and then you've got areas where you can lay in your glitter and your foils. And as far as I'm concerned, this one requires a lot of bling. So that's that one, and I'm going to measure this, and that is, ooh, because it's got an embossed area, I'm going to say 4 3/4 inches, and I didn't measure this one, so I'm going to do that as well. Try not to prolong your agony of making a very long video. And that is almost 5.5 inches. I really like that. That could be very masculine as well. And then you've got this one. I think this is really pretty because that way around, it could be like one of those engraved Russian bells, and you could cut a little circle and do it there. But that way around, and what it is supposed to be is the blade of a fan. And you do have a little piercing there so that if you want to lay your fan up, you can do that. But this has got multiple uses. It's got an outer frame as well. So that's going to be a really, really pretty shaker. And I will measure that one. And that is 3 3/4 inches. And then I was sent a Mermaid. And she's another cute one. I love things like this. They're just great icons to put onto rosettes and layouts. You know, when you've got a really fancy photograph, but you just want a shadow of something there. That one is 4 inches. And this one I absolutely love because I love teacups and I love teapots. And this is the perfect size for making a tiny little book, which is going to have a charm hanging off it, which can be the teacup just dangling off of the handle there with a load of tassels and beads and things. And then you've got this lovely little plate, which if you use it as an ordinary set and it's like the saucer or a plate to go with your teacup, you can also use this as a tag or a page element within a tiny little teapot album, and you can stamp and stuff on there. So I really like that. I think it's really, really cute. So that is, doing its cut lines is 3 3/4 inches by almost 3 1/4 inches. So that's a really pretty set. I was then sent a Mermaid, and she's sitting on a rock, and this is all sort of like scrolled out and lacy, but they've got stars in there. This element here means that once you've cut it out, if you take a sheet of cardstock, score it twice and fold it up, you've got a box that will go between your mermaid sitting there. So that would be really, really pretty for people who want to make a sort of mermaid coloured cupcake or something and pop it in a little box with the mermaids either side, or little shell shaped, it's difficult to say that, shell shaped, yeah, there's a tongue twister. And you can put little shell shaped soaps into the box that you make. Very, very simple. That's a really, really lovely one, and she's huge. So she is 4¾ inches by almost 4¾ inches. So yeah, she's a great one. You could also use her as bookends. If you had something that had weight with either side, you could actually make bookends for the books in a little girl's room. So that's a lovely one. And then, talking of the new year, champagne or wine to celebrate. We've got a martini glass here with the cherries and a champagne flute. And you also get the cork for the bottle. So celebrations, new year, birthday, engagement. So that covers a whole gamut of things. And that is 4¼ inches on that bottle. But I just think that is really, really pretty. Pink champagne you could put in there, couldn't you? And cut it all in silver. That would look lovely. Next up we have a fairy on mushroom, and once again this is all lacy cut out, and this is going to make a fabulous frame for putting with a matching circle and making a shaker card where you've got all your pretty little pinks or lime green sequins or beads or something behind there. That's really, really nice. And that measures cut line to cut line. Let me get that correct. It's almost 4 inches. So it's another lovely size. And then we have this chap here. Isn't he gorgeous? He's huge. He's a dragon. Once again, you could use him as a box front and back for popping in a cupcake or something like that, or even creating bookends. But he's also large enough to cut in vinyl and put a design on somebody's t-shirt or bag or on the wall for a little boy, you know, light switch. Pop him on the light switch plate or something. So measuring that is going up to its largest points, 5¼ inches. And I'm going to say we've got to go down to the curl of that tail, just shy of 4½ inches. I will use this one next week because I think he's fabulous. And of course I also like to cut my dragons in pink, so it might end up pink. So there's that one. And then this one, which is not in the packaging because I've used it as my sample, is this gorgeous Hexagon snowflake frame. And it comes with a snowflake, which is why it's looking a bit messy because I took it out of its packaging and didn't put it back right. So I'm going to measure that along its longest point there, and it is 6 inches. So it's a full-size card and it's absolutely gorgeous. And of course it goes with the hexagons with the decal edge there that I measured earlier, and that is how I used it. So I do have 2 projects to share with you. The one is from this new set of dies, and the other is from the set of dies that I received a month ago. So using this set and the decal hex which is under there, I made this card using silver foil, and I've used my bling, and I've used that mercury glass paper pack there that I got from Tuesday morning. Let's see if we can get in close. That's not too bad. My camera hasn't been playing up too badly today. So that is really, really pretty. And my easel die actually fits on the back of that. So that's how I'm going to be able to stand that one up. But I really like that. I think it's really elegant. And then the next one, I used my decal edge rectangles from my last design team haul, and I also used this thank you die, and I will link to those again. And the thank you die measures 3¾ inches across. It's a really lovely size. And I used some K&Co paper that I got from Tuesday morning, and I made a very, very simple card, which is just layering up different colours and layering up that beautiful K&Co rose paper. So that is what I have for you today. Now tomorrow I am going to be back with a DIY arts project share, along with a demonstration and review of their new ink blending brushes and some super cute samples. So make sure you check me out tomorrow. You have a fabulous day. As usual, all links are below, and I will see you then. Bye.